Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Memorial Day edition here of 48 Weather Extra. We got a few thunderstorms out there tonight. Going to talk about those coming up, share a few of your comments. Adam, as always, checking in tonight from Fort Payne. Hope you guys had a good holiday weekend. It's been busy. I've been here most of the time. Been tracking. We've had some of these rotating showers over there, and I think it's more of a rotating updraft than it is a mesocyclone, because I've been looking at that area north of Florence, and I don't think we're going to see problems with that. The storm that's south of Albertville, we're going to get to that. It's beginning to weaken now, less lightning, but still some gusty winds coming in, and I'm going to continue to watch that. Checking in from Newmarket. One of the things I'm looking at for tomorrow's forecast, the models are really split, and whenever that happens, it's a real challenge for us. So let's go ahead and get in here with the forecast. This 48 Weather Extra. Again, if you're new to the show, we do this every evening, Monday through Friday, beginning at 9:30. We got Chrissy over there at Nakalulu Falls Park. Man, I bet that's a raging waterfall over there right now. A lot of rain. In fact, Huntsville, there's a problem with the Muscle Shoals observations. They're offline since a big storm moved through a few days ago. It's hard to keep track of all the big storms that have moved through, but the data from Huntsville, we've had over almost 9.5 inches of rain this month. It's rained 18 out of the first 26 days of May. The record rainfall is a little over 11.5 inches, I believe. I can't remember. I posted it on Facebook, but we're going to be close to that. If we get another 2.5 inches of rain, this will be the wettest May on record. And we really haven't had a lot of flooding, so it hasn't come all at once. It's been a progressive, an inch here, an inch there, a half inch this day. So again, that's one thing that's really kind of kept us from seeing flooding. Let's take a look at these thunderstorms out here. This one looked a little ominous earlier and down near Warrior. I put out that post on my Facebook page about it, but we've just got gusty winds and heavy rain moving into Arab and Albertville. It's pretty much skipping Moulton. Actually skipping Coleman, I should say. Moved through Bluntsville and Sneed, moving right into Albertville. Very heavy rain for Boaz. So again, you're going to have this move through. Here's a quick storm track for you. Let me put my eyeballs on here so I can read it for you. You can probably see it better than I can. But Albertville around 9:45, Guntersville State Park around 10 o'clock. Again, this is going to come through. Probably a lot of people out at the state park there in Guntersville. I may want to cover that firewood up. Maybe you got the solo stove going out there tonight. I know, I wish I was out on my patio with my solo stove going. But again, it's been hard to time these showers out. But this is going to be some very heavy rain, pretty much moving into Douglas right now, and then eventually up to Fife and into DeKalb County. I don't see anything surprising us. I think if this was going to basically take off, it would have. And what I got here, this is the 4-panel. This is something we can do where I'm looking at the same view of the storm. The bottom, that just looks like a hot confetti mess, but that is the correlation coefficient. That's the debris tracker. And then the other one is the velocity, straight velocity. The top right one is the storm relative velocity, and of course the reflectivity in the other one. Let's talk about the model guidance here. As we go through the overnight hours, I think this is overdone. So the problem is some of the models are overdoing it, some of the models are underdoing it. So as we go past midnight, I think a lot of that activity is going to move out of here. This model was a lot more robust with the round of thunderstorms that has not yet moved through here. It still might have a handle. We're going to go over, after the commercial break coming up, we're going to go over the other model guidance and show you what I think is most likely going to happen tomorrow. But none of them really produce severe weather here tomorrow, so that's some good news. We may actually get a break from that. That'd be 2 days back to back. And the frogs are, I bet Beverly says she'd listen to the frogs. Lots of frogs out there. Again, there's probably going to be a lot of mosquitoes too. We're going to have issues with all the water that's collected in buckets and all things of that nature, and just the ponding of all of it. So it's going to be a mess out there. Real bad mosquito season. That might be a good news story. So as we go past noon tomorrow, I think our peak window is roughly going to be 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow for these thunderstorms. And we'll talk more about that coming up with the next model. But I do want to show you on into Wednesday here. I think the overnight hours, Wednesday morning looks quiet, but by Wednesday afternoon, we're probably looking at more showers and thunderstorms. There's a chance of rain every day this week. Looking out at the shoals, a lot of low clouds out there. Current temperature, again, unavailable due to the fact we've had that storm move through. Mowing forecast. Some of you after this weekend are going to be, thanks for tuning in over there from Scottsboro. Again, yeah, I'm going to go through I'm going to go through all the model data again after the commercial break here that you're going to have to stick around for. 600 of you. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. Again, mowing forecast, it'll be fair out there tomorrow. You're just going to have to catch the best times. Make sure you got a sharp blade out there because cutting through some of that wet grass, that can really wear your mower out. Friday, I've got good. I'm being optimistic, I think. Here's your 3-day forecast, 80. Thunderstorms tomorrow. I think we're going to see about a 2 or 3 hour round of this. The morning hours, a few isolated thunderstorms. And then Wednesday, Thursday, back to scattered showers and storms. And just due to the fact that it's so warm, probably going to be dealing with some stronger thunderstorms. Quick break here, and then I'll be right back, and we're going to talk about the 10-day forecast, and I'm going to show you that other model data, which is set up a little bit better for what I think is going to happen tomorrow. Just 20 more seconds. Hang in there. All right, you made it through. Let's talk about the model I'm probably more confident in. It's done a pretty good job. In fact, it's a tough job. This is chaotic weather. It's been crazy all month trying to figure out which model's the right one because they're all a little bit different. This kind of has a better handle on tonight. So this is around 10 o'clock, and it is picking up most of the area in the northeast corner of the state, and it's fading away the other stuff to the west. And I think that's probably... It's probably more accurate. 7 o'clock in the morning, we'll probably see a little bit more activity than you see there. But overall, I think we're going to get some sunshine tomorrow. And that's on that mowing forecast, which is fair. You've got to pick out your times here. It's going to be real muggy out there tomorrow. We may see some fog in the morning, too. Keep that in mind after all this rain. So what's going to happen here is it looks like we're going to warm up into the low 80s. It's going to be very muggy. And then we get another wave of energy coming in. Here it comes around 2 o'clock. Strong thunderstorms. Can't rule out a few severe thunderstorm warnings here and isolated damaging winds because it doesn't take as much wind to blow some of these trees over or knock them over due to how much rain we've had. So this kind of arcing area will continue to lift northeast as we go through the afternoon. And there's about 345 from Athens, kind of arcing down to the Huntsville metro area, then over towards Sand Mountain, Lookout Mountain, Brindley Mountain, Lake Gunnersville, and then moving up to Scottsboro around 4 o'clock. So again, the good news here, it's a daytime event. You probably don't have to worry about, you'll be able to sleep. That was the big question last night. Can I go to sleep? Get a weather radio. Get a weather radio and set it to only go off for tornado warnings. That's how you get sleep. That's how you say, this thing's only going to go off if I get a tornado warning. And we've been having a lot of tornado warnings lately, so you never know when they're going to trigger, right? 10 o'clock tomorrow night, a few more showers, rain chances. Again, they're relatively high. I did drop it from 80% to 70% for tomorrow. And then I think we get into this scattered thunderstorm variety. And I think we finally pull out of this weather pattern as we approach the weekend. And the first week of June looks good. We've got lake weather, pool weather, kids out of school. They're probably driving you crazy with all this rain. Nothing to do but get muddy and track that mud in the house. But here's your 10-day forecast, near 80 degrees all the way into the weekend. And then our storm chances just kind of drop. The reason we've had this persistent upper level low to the north, just kind of spinning waves of energy through, very similar to the way the month started. And we had a lot of those strong thunderstorms there too. And kind of in between then, we had that outbreak of tornadoes last week. That's very rare for this time of year. So that's what happens when you bring that jet stream down here to the southeast. Those upper level winds increase. You start bringing that really big humidity and dew points around 70. That's what happens. You get the severe weather pattern, and that's going to lift to the north. Usually we have high pressure that's dominating a little bit more in the southeast this time of year, and it pushes that severe threat to the north. So again, I think we're going to see that transition, and I think our severe weather season, tornado season anyway, should really come to a close over the next week. At least that's what I'm thinking. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. I'm going to get ready for the 10 o'clock news. Again, I'll see you again tomorrow night at 9:30.